massive hello to everyone and welcome to the 2021 AGM.
Hey, we're so glad to have you here. Again, it's a slightly difficult year. The second year we're doing this behind the computer, but don't worry, we have got everything you need. Beer, a 400 slide business deck, and bands. But yeah, let's start this off. But hopefully at home, you've got your AGM pack of beer. So let's start with the Mega Hellas.
So Martin says we've got beer, we've got a business update. Martin is a father of 3, has also got some amazing dad jokes for us today as well. He actually told me he keeps them in his database.
Oh, hang on. That can have a round of applause, that one.
That was really good, actually. That was good. Keep them coming.
Okay, so Mega Hellas. Mega stands for Make Earth Great Again. And what we've done is that during the course of a year around the world, over 1 billion cans go to waste. So what we've done with this beer, great beer, reused another can and stuck a label on it.
So we're on a journey to minimize waste in our business, and this delicious beer is going to help us do just that. So 2020 has been very, very difficult, but there have been some highlights. There have been some glimmers of hope, almost like a punk IPA can sitting in a case of out-of-date Fosters.
I actually love this lager, 3.8%. We actually use Citra and Chinook as the hops in here, which is quite unusual for a Hellas. Okay, so 2020 definitely won't go down as the best year ever. And to be honest, it's probably not even going to make my top 5. But there were some positives. So here's what rocked in the last 12 months.
So the last 12 months, as Martin said, has undoubtedly been the toughest 12 months that we have ever had as a business. In March of last year, we lost 70% of our revenue overnight, and all we wanted to do as a business was survive. This has been 12 months of high highs, low lows, and having to fight to stay alive almost every single day. So before we jump into the presentation, I just want to say a massive thank you to our amazing team, to our amazing community for helping us not only get through this as a business, but for helping us showcase that business can be a force for good as well. And my dad, who spent 50 years working in the North Atlantic, always says to me that it's in times of kind of real adversity that you get to see what someone or something is really made of. And I like to think in the last 12 months, we showed the world what this business is really made of. So the first highlight is, despite the fact that we had 102 bars closed for the majority of the year, we actually managed to grow our top line revenue, meaning that we've grown every single year since we set up our business in 2007.
And this slide shows some of the key business numbers over the last 12 months. And if you're struggling to see, we'll help you out a little bit. So 1,200% was not the likelihood that I introduced coronavirus into Europe, returning from my trip to Wuhan in December 2019.
I quarantined him for 6 months. And 242 million is not the amount of times I washed my hands after Martin high-fived me when he got back from Wuhan.
And 2,000 is not the number of times I've unsuccessfully tried to book a holiday to Ibiza in the last 12 months.
180,000 is actually 2 things. It's the exact population of Aberdeen and the amount of equity punks we now have. Annie Lennox is only a member of one of those clubs, we think. Equity Punks Tomorrow has been amazing for us. We've raised 22 million, we've added 54,000 to our community. This has been the biggest, the best, most impactful Equity Punks ever. And every single penny, it goes towards sustainability objectives. Every single penny is for the planet.
And we won this cool award, the Best Sustainable Pub Company. And I'm not exactly sure if they mean the most sustainable pub company or the best of the sustainable pub companies. But either way, we are delighted.
I think in 2021, a sustainable pub is just one that manages to stay in business as well. We've also done some fantastic things for our team. The BrewDog salary cap. Nobody can join our business and be paid more than 7 times what the entry level position in our business is paid. For comparison, the average gap in a UK public company is 100 times. We're 7. The Unicorn Fund, we share 10% of our profits evenly with all of our team. And Pups for the Planet. We double offset the entire carbon footprint of all of our team members, meaning that we as a company and as a collective have a positive impact on our planet.
And it seems that every year we have this slide. So it's for another canning line. And in the last 6 months, we have successfully installed a third canning line in Ellen.
We've also opened some fantastic new locations against all odds over the last 12 months, including this one, Midtown Mumbai. Mumbai's got a population of 18 million. Midtown in Mumbai's actually got the same population of Scotland. And Mumbai is also what I used to shout as a teenager when I left the house.
It's a good one.
Thanks.
And Shanghai is where we've opened a bar this year too. And that's a city with a population of 5 times that of Scotland.
Also opening on Monday on Exeter, which is known as the Shanghai of Devon by absolutely no one.
And also about to open is this bar in Plymouth, a city with 1/20th the population of Scotland.
And on Monday as well, Ealing. So Exeter, Plymouth and Ealing are going to be the 3 most unusual openings we've ever done. We've opened over 100 locations. These ones are all opening brand new locations on Monday, but just the outside spaces. But we're really excited to welcome customers to the outside spaces of these amazing new bars.
And we've also released some incredible new beers in the last 12 months too. So Jagged Edge, a citrusy, piney, old school West Coast style IPA.
Mallow Laser Quest, a marshmallow and pineapple infused beer. Marshmallow and pineapple, amazing in a beer, not quite so good in a pizza. I've tried both.
And Juice Shack is one of my favorites, a hazy tropical milkshake IPA, a huge smooth body and heaps of mango and papaya. I love it.
And then Dog J, our annual birthday beer, back again as chocolatey and tense as ever. We're going to be tasting that one later today. Aldi made a fake version of Punk IPA. We joked that we were going to make a fake Aldi beer called Ald IPA. People loved it online. Aldi got in touch. Aldi ended up stocking the fake Aldi beer. We both decided to plant a tree for every case that was sold, and the beer was a huge success. So the time to start worrying is when no one is copying you, and we thought this was a fantastic response to our beer being copied by Aldi.
And MMXXX, and that's not my alter ego rapper handle.
It could be.
It might be.
Yeah.
It's actually a protest beer that highlights the current climate crisis that we face. So this is a strong beer that's designed to be aged for 10 years. And those 10 years is the same timeline that scientists are giving humanity to tackle climate change before it's too late. So on the 1st of January 2030, we can either celebrate having averted the global warming crisis, or we can toast the impending apocalypse.
It also raises the interesting question, where are we going to be in 10 years' time? We've got quite a few slides to get through. We might still be here. This one we're very, very excited about. A few months ago, we became a fully certified B Corp. For us, B Corp is the future of business. B Corps are a global community of businesses that meet the highest verified standards of social, environmental performance. This is about giving back. This is about looking after a team. This is about looking after the planet and balancing purpose and profit. B Corp. We're also getting to taste a B Corp beer today. B Corp's good. I always thought that bees were more of a constitutional monarchy, though. Queen bee.
Yeah, I get it. I once got stung in the hand by a bee and it was so sore. James, where's the worst place you got stung by a bee?
Blackpool. That would have been better without the awkward pause for 10 seconds afterwards. Thanks.
I was desperately searching for the tumbleweed. There, you can have it. I mean, it doesn't really have the same effect now, but no, it's good. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
The street dog. We teamed up with the charities Dogs on the Street and All Dogs Matter, and Ricky Gervais, who's not a dog, to raise money and awareness to help save these vulnerable puppies.
So working with Ricky Gervais was amazing. He's one of our absolute idols and a complete genius. And throughout the project, he responded to emails so quickly. Every time I sent him an email, he would respond within 5 minutes, unless it was the emails I was sending him asking him to go for a beer with me, which he just ignored.
Reminds me of the time that I was going for a night out in Cardiff and I tried to get hold of Charlotte Church. Ghosted me.
It happens.
Voice of an angel.
We also launched an amazing new beer club. So most beer clubs ship beer from all over the planet. They're very unsustainable. With BrewDog and Friends, we work with the best brewers from all over to make their beers here, meaning fresher beers for you and less emissions for the planet. 8 beers, which you can drink every month in this amazing magazine, which you probably shouldn't drink too.
And Lost. This is our planet first lager. The world's first ever carbon negative beer, brewed using surplus bread, brewed using 1/3 less water, and brewed using energy generated by wind power.
And then the beer that we launched that caused our website to spontaneously combust and be completely offline for a whole day.
Barnard Castle Eye Test, a hazy beer to celebrate Dominic Cummings being a total knob.
The beer has also now outlasted Mr. Cummings himself, given he's no longer in position. He must be quite sad. We should maybe send him another case.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so for all you accountants out there, this is the exciting bit. For everyone else, I'm going to make this fast. As well as the introduction to the next section, that is also Martin's most successful chat-up line.
And also the same introduction you've given this part of the AGM for the last 4 years.
That bit's just for me.
Okay, so here's a look across the various parts of BrewDog.
So, like I said, the last 12 months have been insanely tough for us as a business, and a lot of the time we've just been fighting to stay alive. So it's remarkable that we managed to grow the top line of our business by 11%. We managed to grow the e-commerce side of our business by over 1,000%. We became the 19th highest ranked beer brand on the planet, but that's the highest independent one and the highest UK one as well. So despite all the adversity, to be able to grow our top line, to be able to protect as many jobs as we can was something that we're really proud of, and our team did a remarkable job. And also over the last 12 months, we have shipped 242 million cans of beer. And because we are now carbon negative, every time someone has one of our beers, our planet gets a little bit less carbon. Amazing that that happened in 242 million occasions last year.
In 2020 was a great year for our US brewery. BrewDog in Columbus was the fastest growing brewery in the whole of America for the whole year.
Also, the hotel, which you can see there, was named by Time magazine as one of the best 100 places on the planet.
And our German brewery revenue grew by 54% last year, and we got 400% more grocery distribution points. So our beers can now be bought in Aldi, Kaufland, and Rewe.
We're now in full swing in Australia. We've got some great distribution, and we're looking at locations to open bars in Brisbane, Newcastle, and Sydney. And we've also just about found a location to open a similar style brewery as we've got in Australia in South Africa.
And our distillery had an awesome year too.
Yeah, Lone Wolf Gin is the fastest growing gin in the UK at the moment. Our distillation business is growing so fast that we've run out of capacity. What we're going to do?
Move it to a bigger building. So our distillery is going to move in the next few months over the yard into the Overworks building, and it'll be the most sustainable and environmentally friendly distillery in Scotland and probably the world too.
Okay, so before we jump into the next section, let's taste another beer. So this beer for me is really cool. So it's a lager, but we've messed about with the lager so much. We've made it like an IPL, so kind of lager IPA fusion, and we've used one amazing single hop, and that hop comes all the way from New Zealand.
Yeah, so it's an awesome new hop from New Zealand called Nectaron, and the whole point of that is it's going to give you big hints of sort of nectarine.
Yeah, I mean, the flavors here is off the charts. You get like huge nectarine, huge citrus, other stone fruits in there as well. And it's a bit of a juxtaposition, and it's a really good way, but you get a bit of saltiness, almost a kind of grimy, diesel-y kind of notes in there as well that just works so well, and a light, crisp, punchy lager body with a good bit of bitterness in the back end. Perfect beer for 5:30 and a AGM Saturday.
Yeah, it's an awesome beer and an awesome new hop.
And so excited to be a B Corp as well. I think it's one of the most impactful things we have done as a business. And I think one of the legacies of COVID-19 is consumers are going to expect far more from the companies they choose to give their money to. They're going to align themselves with companies that have got purpose, passion, that give back, that look after their team, that look after the environment. And B Corp very much underpins all of these principles. So we're very excited to be a B Corp.
Yeah, and during the next 10 years, when we know we're in that climate crisis, it's the consumer that has the power to make the biggest change. If you spend your pounds, your dollars, your euros wisely, it'll make a massive difference.